Oh baby, it's cold outside, but I really gotta go. But baby, it's cold outside. What? Not politically correct. Oh. Well, we'll just start with another song. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny... What? That's not politically correct either? What next? Grandma got run over by a reindeer is not politically correct because it imbues elder abuse? Seriously? Oh God, this politically correct stuff is getting ridiculous. But you know what? Something that's not politically correct and really offends me? Not buying my books. That really offends me, and it's definitely not politically correct. Now I'm going to show you some great Christmas gift ideas here. Starting with my baby, my first, The Preacher, my first book. In a near-apocalyptic future, a preacher, Jacob Cross, has a calling on his life that would make the strongest man tremble, defeat the most horrendous creatures hell can produce, and battle them constantly. Victory is assured only if he can locate the three partners promised to him in a vision: heroes, demons, God, and man. In the end, blood will be shed, and if Jacob and his friends have their way, the devil will be bound forever. Sounds tempting, huh? It's a great adventure. You can get it for $2.99 on Kindle or buy the paperback. Next, Accents of Horror. What would you do if you saw a hitchhiker on the side of the road on a rainy night? What if you saw headlights coming over a hill, but they then disappeared into nowhere? What if the Grim Reaper showed up at your door while you were sitting down to dinner with your family? What if you were an out-of-work actor and the man who stole your job sat down beside you in a diner? All of these questions will be answered by the characters in Accents of Horror, 4 Flavors of Death by horror writer Chris Snider. The fourth story is actually written by my editor, Ellen Mays. Check her out too. Next, The Bone Spirits. James Conrad is the best-selling writer of 3 novels, but during the writing of his third, his life took a downward spiral. He began drinking and his wife Casey left him. Now, in trying to write his 4th novel, he has a total writer's block. Lately, he's been seeing a man who is all bones. A skeleton man. One night, the whispering voice almost convinced him to kill himself. After he calls Casey in a terrified state, she joins him on a terrifying journey to discover 2 things. Who or what is this skeleton man, and more importantly, can they stop him? This little gem you can get for just $2.99 on Kindle or the paperback. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Accents of Horror, just 99 cents on Kindle. Next up, Artemis. Ever wanted an animal abuser to pay? Professor Joseph Art finds himself able to make this happen. After being betrayed by the business tycoon who funded his research, he's gunned down in cold blood. However, the toxic chemicals in animal DNA he works with turns him into something more. He now walks the earth half human and half animal, with the ability to communicate telepathically with his inhuman brethren. Taking on the name of the ancient Greek goddess Artemis, he punishes those who bring harm to his children while plotting revenge against the man who stole his life. Can his sister keep him from completely giving in to carnal instincts and remember his human side? Will he remember his humanity and fight the evil that walks the streets, including a serial killer with over 80 deaths to his name? Journey to Nesting Ground City and find out. Revenge, thy name is Artemis. If you're an animal lover, this is a must-read for you. Last but not least, oh, Artemis is $2.99 on Kindle. Keep forgetting. Okay, last but not least, Snowy Pines. Carson McClane found Hell Hospital, and there's no checking out. Something horrible happened between Carson McClane and his wife, Julie that tore them apart. He waited day after day for her call to let him know if they still had a marriage. When she finally did, Julie wanted him to travel cross-country from Maryland to California for a face-to-face. Driving and halfway through Colorado, Carson collides headlong into a tree in the midst of a blinding blizzard. In and out of consciousness, Carson notes there's something not quite right about the paramedics that carry him to the ambulance. Shadowy faces in their hands. Are those claws? When he comes to, he is bedded down in Snowy Pines Hospital. It doesn't take long for him to discover that he is the only living patient under their care, and he wasn't there by accident after all. This little gem you can get for just 99 cents on Kindle or get the paperback. These are some great Christmas gift ideas, and I will be very, very offended if you don't buy them, and I might protest. Nah, not really, but you get the idea. Be politically correct. Oh, happy reading.